We were discussing this thing about energy and human beings being beings of energy and having a physical body, a bit like a car is a physical body and it has a driver. And the driver actually makes the decision and the car reacts. And, some places our bodies even called a carcass, like the body, we leave it behind and we can actually change to a different car or maybe a supersonic jet. So it's a lot to do with energy and how much energy we actually have to what kind of vehicle we can actually use, because you cannot use a super jet if you cannot even drive a car. And I think development is a lot about using whatever we were given in the best way and continuously learning more and collecting more energy. And energy collecting, it's actually a totally natural process because the planet has been doing it for millions of years. If we look to where does actually energy come from, then it's coming from the sun. The solar wind or the energy that's coming from the sun is being picked up by the flora life. And through a process of photosynthesis or using the chlorophyll, the plants are actually trapping energy and turning it into physical matter. So you start with a little seed and then it becomes a big tree. It's collecting energy and minerals and water and air and together creating more matter. And as the trees grow, it's actually becoming physical what it collected as energy. And as the trees kind of die and compress one tree above the other, you can get miles of rotting wood, and that later will become fuel or natural gas. And we are using up on this planet a lot of the natural fuels and gases that took millions and millions of years to collect. And our system, ourselves, we're also collecting energies, but we can use up so much of the energy in one burst of anger or one depression where we depress the energy out from our aura. And, plant life can be turned into energy. They use today the fuel from plants. So in a similar way, we can get energy out from what we eat. Now, it depends, of course, if the food we eat has a better octane, because if we're eating junk food, we're getting low-grade energy. And if we're eating something that was just picked, or just taken from the field, then we're actually getting a much higher energy level in it, because inside the physical food there is energy. And you can actually take photos of this Carillion photography and see the difference between organic food and other food, and something that's grown naturally and something that's been given pesticides. So energy is something we're collecting from the water, the air, and of course the food, but we collect energy also from other places. And then it depends very much what energy, because just like junk food and organic food, we can have junk energy and super energy. And if a person lives in a really corrosive kind of atmosphere with bad energies and anger and fear, they eat that stuff. And that is not really good for our development. Whereas if you have a really nice surroundings and good people and people who are interested in intellectually in wise things and they want to make a difference, then you're actually absorbing energy just by being with these people or even thinking about them. So it is actually up to us to decide about our circumstances, and we always can make a change. When a person says, I cannot change anything, they are correct. And if a person says, I can change, they are correct. And it's up to us to make the decision, because it can be a small little diversion or a little angle of change which will result in a very big difference in the next few weeks, months, years. But it's up to us. We can never say they didn't tell me or I didn't know, or it's up to us. And when a person starts taking responsibility of their own life, they decide where to go and what to do and who to be with. Actually, you can change the kind of energy you're collecting. And that'll actually change the driver to the point where the universe will offer you a better car or a jet or a rocket. Because when you have more energy, you can actually use a better body. And when you are more developed, you need a better kind of physical system, because otherwise it's like trying to take a computer from the 70s and work it with today's systems. It won't work. And it's the same if you take today's computer and put in a DOS, it won't work. So you want to have the best physical together with the best electrical, or to live in a good physical body that's maintained by sport and healthy eating and taking care of yourself and going to amazing places. The body has to be maintained. And at the same time, collecting energy, because we don't eat fossil fuel. We don't live on natural gas. We need other energies. And I think this is a whole topic we should open up about the different kinds of energies, because we use different energy for thinking and different energy for emoting and different energy for doing certain things or for new ideas. And we need these different kind of forces or powers, and we can collect them. I mean, we can collect them during meditation. We can collect them by going special places or even reading certain books. So yeah, I think this is a whole other topic that we should get into in our next conversation.